Welcome to Morning Joan, the hottest podcast in town. I'm your host, Joan, and we're so glad you're joining us today. Grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive into the latest scoop. So, have you heard the news about Adam Sandler's new movie, Happy Gilmore 2? Yeah, it's a thing. The comedy legend is back with a sequel to his 1996 hit film, and from what we've seen so far, it's going to be a wild ride. The movie promises to deliver all the raunchy humor, ridiculous antics, and nostalgic value that Sandler fans have come to love. But here's the thing, critics are already sharpening their knives, ready to tear the movie apart. And honestly, I'm not surprised. Adam Sandler has always been a bit of a polarizing figure in Hollywood. Some people adore his goofy, irreverent style, while others just don't get it. I mean, who can forget the critics' scathing reviews of his early films like Billy Madison and The Waterboy? Yeah, those movies were definitely not for everyone. But, as I've always said, art is subjective, folks. What one person hates, another person will love. And let's be real, Adam Sandler has built a career on making movies that are unapologetically silly, crass, and entertaining. He's like the court jester of Hollywood, always ready to push boundaries and make us laugh. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Joan, why are you defending Adam Sandler? And my response is, why not? The man has made a career out of being true to himself, even when that means going against the grain. He's like a breath of fresh air in an industry that can sometimes take itself too serious. So, if you're a fan of Adam Sandler, or just looking for a good laugh, Happy Gilmore 2 might be the movie for you. And if you're not, well, there are plenty of other films out there to choose from. But either way, it's going to be interesting to see how this movie performs at the box office. We'll be right back with more tea on Morning Joan. Welcome back to Morning Joan, folks. Can we talk? I've got a story that's going to get you moving and grooving. You know I love me some good music, and today I'm excited to share with you the latest collaboration between Omar Apollo and Latin Mafia. They just dropped a new single called Heco Para Ti, and trust me on this, it's a banger! Now, I know what you're thinking, Joan. Who are these guys? Well, let me tell you, Omar Apollo is a Grammy-nominated artist and actor, and Latin Mafia is an alt-pop trio that's been making waves in the music scene. They're signed with Ramaz Entertainment, which is also home to Bad Bunny, Eladio Carrine, and Arcángel. Talk about good company. The song Heco Para Ti is a cumbia single that's all about the emotional aftermath of a failed relationship. I mean, who hasn't been there, right? The music video is nostalgic, with a VHS-style vibe that was filmed at the iconic Salon Tropicana in Mexico City. It's like a time capsule, darling. But here's the thing, this song was first performed live during Latin Mafia's show at Mexico City's Palacio de los Deportes on July 5th. And let me tell you, the crowd went wild. They surprised fans with Omar Apollo and the unreleased preview, and it was like a match made in heaven. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Joan, I don't speak Spanish. Oh, grow up. Music is universal, darling. You don't need to understand the lyrics to feel the beat. And trust me, this song has got beat. It's like a fusion of Latin rhythms and pop sensibilities that will get you dancing in no time. Latin Mafia has been having a breakout year with their first North American tour, Te Odio a Ti Extraño, Mucho, spanning 38 cities, including 17 sold-out shows in the United States and 14 in Mexico. They're also set to perform at Lollapalooza Festival in Chicago on August 5th, and then they'll be interviewed at the Grammy Museum on August 5 as part of their An Evening with. So, there you have it, folks. Omar Apollo and Latin Mafia's new single Heco Para Ti is a must-listen. Stay tuned for today's last cup of tea, right here on Morning Joan, where we'll be dishing about the latest fashion trends and celebrity gossip. Welcome back to Morning Joan, dear listeners. We're wrapping up today's show with a fascinating story about the one and only Ozzy Osbourne. The Prince of Darkness, the godfather of heavy metal, or simply Ozzy, whatever you call him. His impact on music and fashion is undeniable. As we've been discussing throughout the show, icons like Ozzy Osbourne don't just influence their respective industries, they also leave an indelible mark on popular culture. And when it comes to fashion, Ozzy's style has been a true reflection of his artistic evolution, From his early days with Black Sabbath to his solo career and beyond, Ozzy's wardrobe has undergone significant transformations, often mirroring the themes and tones of his music. In the 1970s, Ozzy's fashion sense was characterized by the typical hippie and flower power look of the decade, complete with handlebar mustaches, bell-bottoms, and fringe. However, even back then, he managed to stand out from the crowd with his sparkly platform boots and shirtless stage presence. As the years went by, Ozzy's style darkened along with his music, incorporating more black clothing, leather, and metal-inspired accessories. The 1980s saw Ozzy experimenting with brighter, more flamboyant looks, which sometimes drew criticism from his fans. He went blonde, wore makeup, and donned sequined outfits that were more reminiscent of liberace than the typical heavy metal aesthetic. But, Ozzy being Ozzy, he pulled it off with his signature charm and charisma. By the 1990s and 2000s, Ozzy had settled into his iconic uniform, which consisted of small, round glasses, a cane, all-black attire, and chunky silver jewelry, including cross pendants that his father had handmade for him. This look has become synonymous with the Ozzy Osbourne brand, and it's a testament to his ability to create a lasting image that transcends time and trends. Ozzy's influence on fashion extends beyond his own style, as well. He's inspired countless fans and fellow musicians with his bold, unapologetic approach to self-expression. And let's not forget the impact of his reality TV show, The Osbournes, which humanized the heavy metal icon and introduced him to a whole new audience. As we bid farewell to today's Morning Joan, we remember Ozzy Osbourne as a true original, a master of reinvention, and a beacon of creativity in both music and fashion. So, dear listeners, take a page from Ozzy's book and don't be afraid to express yourself, even if that means taking a few risks along the way. That's all for today's Morning Joan. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay fabulous.